this is going to be real interesting. We have a 39U3846 shipped June 14th, 1939. Special order red rims with Goodyear tires. In color special Pittsburgh yellow with red rims. Letter left tank as per instruction. Only left tank. Only left tank. As per instruction. So it came with an instruction letter. 10.5 compression cylinder heads. That's a lot for a flathead. That's like, whoa. And here again we have this YQ79CSC upper con. So as one of the guys suggested, it might be specifically for sidecar. We haven't had anything other than references. This was made for Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company. And we got the special. See, they just wrote it in. You write it in special. Lettering $1.25. It was just written in. And this here, the red rims, you bring it over here. Red rims for $5. So standard equipment group sidecar was $780. So we assume, as one of the guys suggested, it was Steve, that stuff referenced to sidecar mounts. We've got a lot of other letters here, so let's see what else this says. Now, I'm reading all this stuff to you guys as I read it for the first time. I didn't read it and then make a video. So this here is our domestic sales order acknowledgement. So when you first put the order in here, and they put an about date, and they wrote it, that's when we received it, on the 15th. They hand wrote it. And let's see, it says, Dear Frank, thank you for the information contained in your letter of June 3rd regarding the sale of 1939 models in your territory made through Hayward of Dansville. We're giving Mr. Rudstrom a copy of your letter with instructions to confront Hayward with these facts on his next call. We shall certainly not tolerate this apparent selling in another dealer's territory. We have transferred motorcycle 39EL 1643 from Homer Cumberland's sales record card to your card. Order number 22 has been canceled as requested, and handlebars have been switched to the Speedster type on your order number 24. The most important inquiry in your letter is about the Pittsburgh plate glass machine. We are pleased to say that we expect to ship this today. What you say about the sheriff having to buy one machine from Zimmerman but trading an old Indian with you for a 36 radio sidecar outfit traded in from the Rochester police is very interesting, and as you say, builds up our standing in the department, even though it would have been a lot nicer to have sold him a brand new machine. Mr. Bernhardt has just showed us your letter asking for help on the deals for Hickok, New York State Railway, and Goodrich Silverton. He is writing you today. You are apparently going to have to watch your cash very carefully. I hope Ben will see fit to help you out, because we would like to see who hold these commercial accounts. You will find Ben ready to go out of his way to cooperate with you as long as you do not violate his confidence, nor do not abuse his financial assistance. Very truly yours, Harley Davidson. P.S. The machine for Pittsburgh plate glass was shipped yesterday. You can see these are all hand typed. We've got a handwritten 4 in there, probably dictated to the office secretary. We've got, Dear Frank, Mr. Bernhardt has just referred to us a copy of your letter of April 20th and postscript, of which you state that Mr. Zimmerman's Harley Davidson listing in the phone book caused some hitch in the order for a machine for the Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company. We have corresponded with the Rochester Telephone Company about this listing before and did not get anywhere. We wish to check into this once more and would appreciate if you will send us the sheet from the telephone director that shows Zimmerman's listing. We're particularly interested in your comments regarding the Rochester police deal. You say Zimmy's bid is about $100 under yours, comparing with your 61 with his 74. And how many units is this? Considering that there is a difference of approximately $50 in the list price of these machines, a $100 difference on, say, 2 would be exactly right. The 61 is worth fully that. It is an outstanding machine for police service. Did you bid on the 74? It seems to us, without, of course, knowing all the circumstances, would have been a wise thing to do, that you would have had a price to compare with the Indian 74 bid. The department isn't ready to buy just yet you may still have an opportunity to put in a 74 bid. If this is possible, or if bids are thrown out and reconsidered, we strongly advise you to put in a 74 bid to compete with their 74. It may interest you to know that in some departments, competition has said that they don't even bid on the 74. That's, of course, when they want to put all the emphasis on the 4. They're referring to the Indian 4 there. P.S. We do not like to cover too many topics in one letter, but your letter does state that you have definite proof that the Dansville dealer has been supplying Zimmerman with parts. How definite is this proof? Is it definite enough that we can't make it stick with Hayward if we want to make an issue of it? Very true, yours, Harley Davidson. This was April 25th, 1939. I have a massive amount of letters in here, so we're going to read them all. Be patient. Dear Sir, Mr. Frank Hennon, yours is one of the very few questionnaires sent out to dealers servicing Pittsburgh Place Glass Company motorcycles that hasn't been returned to the factory as yet. You recall we wrote to you in this connection under dates of March 15th and April 11th, giving full information outlining the action to be taken. This is fine commercial business, but it has to be cultivated a little too. If you haven't done so as yet, please take a little time that is needed to properly handle this and get your questionnaires back here promptly. Can we depend upon you to do that for us without further delay? Yours truly, Harley Davidson. This was dated May 9th, 1940. I think he started his dealership in 38. So he's still learning the ropes here. Mr. Frank, Dear Sir, on March 14th, we wrote you and enclosed the questionnaire. We requested you fill out and return to complete our records in connection with Pittsburgh Place Glass Company motorcycles operated by your local branch. To the best of our knowledge, this report hasn't come in yet. We believe that at the time and effort spent in getting the requested information will be decidedly worth your while, in addition to providing us with valuable information for possible future references. We're expecting the report in question soon. Don't disappoint us. This is April 11th, 1940. So, April and May. So they're sending him bugging letters going, what's up? We want our information, etc., etc. So trying to basically, it seems like, to get them to have a big commercial account with these people, pumping up business. And this is March 15th, 1940. Mr. Frank, Dear Sir, we recently received a request from Mr. B.J. Cassidy of the Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company's home office to contact all of our dealers servicing Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company motorcycles, so evidently they had quite a few, and request them to check up on the equipment, determine its condition, and see whether or not it's being operated efficiently. What do you know concerning the conditions under which these machines in your locality are operated? Do you get them in for service at all? Do they come in regularly as stated intervals? If not, we suggest you get in touch with the local branch manager and arrange to make an inspection, reporting on conditions. If you know the equipment is not being operated properly, report that fact to the manager so the driver of the machine can be instructed in the proper procedure. Also report to us on both condition and efficient operation. We know that certain dealers already have an arrangement with local Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company managers to inspect and adjust their machines every week or two at a fixed charge. Where this is being done, it seems that things go along pretty well without trouble. This is something for you to consider if you don't have any such arrangement now, because it appears that in localities where difficulties have been experienced, the machines have not been getting regular attention to keep in check the development of troubles. As a matter of fact, this is what prompted this letter. And we also have been some odd cases where through lack of knowledge on the part of drivers, or possibly through lack of supervision, motors were damaged as a result of going out on long suburban runs at high speed. The Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company home office wants to cooperate in the proper supervision of drivers and see to it that machines get whatever service and attention they need to keep them in the best shape. They're looking to us to advise them along the right lines in this respect. Another thing, these machines are more than likely used almost exclusively for short trips. It would therefore be advisable, depending on your temperature conditions, to give them needed attention along the lines of the winter service bulletins issued a short time ago. That, of course, applies particularly to the northern section of the country and a lesser degree to the southern locations. Your locality, this has been or will be freezing weather. See to it that oil changes and tank cleaning are frequent enough to avoid sludge formation with resultant serious damage to motors. As mentioned earlier in this letter, this organization seems to have enough control over their personnel, so we believe any suggestions you might make to your local branch manager for the good of the service will receive due consideration. Truly yours, Harley Davidson. P.S. Please fill in and return the enclosed questionnaire as a matter of record. Now we have November 8th, 1940. Mr. Frank. Dear Sir, attached are the confidential specifications for the Pittsburgh plate glass Harley Davidson package truck for 1941. These specifications and quotations have been accepted as standard by the Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company Home Office at Pittsburgh, and exceptions and equipment are usually authorized by local warehouse or branch manager. However, these exceptions usually have to do with equipment rather than change of model or lettering, as well as color. Attached also is a list of the Pittsburgh Glass Company warehouses and branches where Harley-Davidson package trucks and commercial units are already in service. Attached also are a list of the managers of Pittsburgh plate glass warehouses and branches. If no motorcycles equipment is used by these firms in your territory, then make it a point to call on those branch or warehouse managers immediately and try and interest them in the purchase of a Harley-Davidson package truck. This equipment is okayed by the Pittsburgh Home Office, providing warehouse and branch managers desire it. A little selling on your part may result in the sale of more Harley-Davidsons in your territory, and it's good business for all of us. Besides trying to sell the Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company more equipment or equipment where none is in use, you can also use the material to interest other large companies or local merchants, interest them in Harley-Davidson package trucks. The very fact that Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company has put their stamp of approval on Harley-Davidson package truck equipment should be proof positive that motorcycle delivery units are necessary and essential in business, any kind of business. Many dealers have made sales to other local firms after the first Pittsburgh Plate Glass unit has gone into service in their community. The Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company is the largest fleet motorcycle user in the United States. Let me repeat that. The Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company is the largest fleet motorcycle user in the United States. I had no idea. So far, it uses Harley-Davidsons exclusively, and we want our dealers to keep this big, nationally known company sold on Harley-Davidsons. I've never even heard of them. Very truly yours, Harley-Davidson. And in writing, it says, sell them some more, I think. Well, that's impressive. I wonder whatever happened to them. And here we got a Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company purchase requisition. Splash apron for motorcycle. This is interesting. I guess that's 7/26/39, the date. And this is another sales requisition here. Purchase requisition for a windshield for motorcycle and pedal grips. 10/2/39. And this here is 11/27/39, a rain suit as selected by somebody, and a pair of gauntlets. By bearer, I guess, is what it looked like. This is from Rochester Transit Corporation, Mr. Frank. 3 new 1939 model 74 Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Standard accessory groups, including front safety guard, stern dampener, stoplight, speedometer with trip-o-meter, front fender light, heavy-duty tires, windshields complete with leg shields, new 1939 sidecars, sidecar covers, sidecar fender lights, fender, freight tax, and so forth in 3 units, along with 3 used sidecar outfits now in our service, total delivered price. This is important. Did you check that out? Speedometer with trip meter. Right there in front of you is the police speedometer being used on something else besides a police vehicle. Anybody could order it. They obviously wanted their drivers to record their top speed and trusted them to not switch it back. They could have had it disconnected so they couldn't switch it back. That way they knew they weren't speeding. Today we have computers. They didn't have them. Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company. Mr. Frank, one Harley Davidson Model 74 US motorcycle. Price $395. Sidecar gear package with truck, reverse gear, tail lamp, and package truck with cover. Special lettering, $20 net. That's 10%. So that was a purchasing order of Frank. This is confidential. Remember, this was the largest motorcycle service fleet in the country, so they went out all over the country. Confidential. Pittsburgh Plate Glass Package Truck Specifications for 41. The following is itemized equipment group with enameling and lettering specifications for Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company Harley Davidson commercial unit. These units are to be painted the special Pittsburgh yellow with Pittsburgh red wheel rims. They supply us the enamel. They meaning Harley Davidson. There is considerable lettering on each special M body according to their specifications. The lettering is in black and red. The special M body is 22-inch deep with a cover. Now, I could have been reading that reverse. They might also be referring to Pittsburgh Plate Glass. Yeah, I guess it is because it's signed Harley Davidson. So, they, as in Pittsburgh Plate Glass, is so large that they give Harley Davidson the paint we want to be used. Wow. Who would have thought? 74 US 1941 model motorcycle, standard group accessories for package truck, reverse gear, tail and stoplight, M package truck with cover, special coloring and lettering, special 22-inch deep body, extra charge. So they're custom making deep bodies for these guys. "16-inch rims, 4-ply tires. There will be extra money. These prices are 1941 quotations. Every Harley Davidson dealer located where there is a Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company warehouse will have a copy of the specifications and the quoted price. In this way, the main office of Pittsburgh will not have a number of different prices and different lists of equipment from various dealers. In case a local warehouse manager wants different equipment, we understand that he is to get permission from the home office at Pittsburgh for an okay on this equipment. The equipment such as windshields or buddy seats is sometimes ordered and more often purchased later for each individual unit as is needed." Harley Davidson. I had no idea that you could give Harley Davidson, "Hey pal, we'll buy your bikes, but you're going to use our paint. Here's the paint, put it on." Who would have thought? Wow. Harley Davidson package trucks have been sold to Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company for warehouse and branch store glass service in the following cities. Man, look at this list of cities. Whoa. All above are 74 twins with package trucks made to their color, lettering, equipment specifications with the exception of Shreveport, Louisiana, where 2 Survey car chassis with their own bodies are being tried out as an experiment. Total sales are more than 70 to date. More than 70 to date. This is the largest in the United States. More than 70 bikes. Different production numbers than today. This is why Harley survived. They were a small town company and they took care of details. Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company. Dear Sir, dear Frank, on your statement of our account with you, you list several unpaid items, the largest of which amounts to $12.50, covering 1 rain suit and 1 pair of gauntlets. This item was paid with our check number 6619, dated November 30th, 1939. We have no record. We have no record of the other items, which amount to $4.35. Will you kindly send us copies of these charges so we can arrange payment? Cashier. So that was very interesting information. So again, we're going to have pictures of all this. Click the link at the bottom of the video so you can get the pictures. If you want to download any of them, you can upsize by clicking 3 times to get where you can print it out and see it quite clearly. So that was really, really interesting. The largest motorcycle fleet in the country has 70 bikes. Wow, a whole 70. I wonder if any of those 70 survive. We'll see you guys in the next video.